Welcome to our comprehensive guide on air brakes, a crucial system for anyone operating large vehicles like trucks and buses. In this video, we'll break down everything you need to know about air brakes, from their basic components to essential safety checks and proper usage. Whether you're preparing for your CDL or just want to understand how these systems work, you're in the right place. Let's start by understanding why air brakes are so important for heavy vehicles and what makes them different from standard hydraulic brakes. Air brakes use compressed air to activate the braking system, making them reliable for stopping large, heavy vehicles. Unlike hydraulic brakes, air brakes are designed to handle the extra weight and demands of commercial vehicles. The system consists of three main types: service brakes for normal driving, parking brakes for stationary holding, and emergency brakes for system failures. Each type plays a vital role in keeping the vehicle under control and ensuring safety on the road. Commercial drivers, understanding air brake requirements is essential. During your CDL test, your vehicle must have air gauges and a low-pressure warning device. If these components are missing, you'll receive a no air brakes restriction on your license. It's also important that a full service brake application delivers at least 90% of the air reservoir pressure to all brake chambers. These standards ensure that your vehicle is safe and compliant for road use. Air compressor is the heart of the air brake system, pumping air into storage tanks. It's connected to the engine and may be cooled by air or the engine's cooling system. The governor controls when the compressor pumps air, maintaining pressure between 100 and 125 psi. Regular checks of the compressor's oil level and belt condition are crucial for safe operation. If the compressor fails, the brakes won't function properly, so maintenance is key. Air storage tanks hold compressed air for the braking system. The number and size of tanks can vary, but all must be drained regularly to remove water and oil. Moisture can freeze in cold weather, leading to brake failure. Tanks may have manual or automatic drains, and some automatic drains include electric heating to prevent freezing. Always drain tanks at the end of each driving day to keep your brakes working reliably. Air brake systems use an alcohol evaporator to reduce the risk of ice forming in the valves during cold weather. It's important to check and refill the alcohol container daily in winter. Additionally, a safety valve is installed in the first air tank to prevent overpressurization, usually set to release at 150 psi. If the safety valve activates, it signals a problem that needs immediate attention from a mechanic. Brake pedal, also known as the foot or treadle valve, controls how much air pressure is sent to the brakes. Pressing harder increases braking force, while releasing the pedal reduces pressure. Foundation brakes, typically SCM drum brakes, are found at each wheel. When you press the pedal, air pressure activates the brake shoes, creating friction to slow the vehicle. Proper adjustment and maintenance are vital to prevent overheating and ensure effective braking. There are several types of foundation brakes: SCM, camlaster, wedge, and disc brakes. SCM brakes are the most common, using a camshaft to push brake shoes against the drum. Camlaster brakes have internal adjustment and a unique cam design for even contact. Wedge brakes use a wedge to separate brake shoes, while disc brakes use a power screw to clamp a disc between pads. Each type has its own maintenance needs and operational characteristics. Air brake systems include several gauges and warning devices. The supply pressure gauge shows the air pressure in the tanks, while the application pressure gauge, if equipped, displays how much pressure you're applying to the brakes. A low air pressure warning signal, usually a red light or buzzer, alerts you if pressure drops below safe levels. Some vehicles use a wig-wag mechanical arm as an additional warning. Always pay attention to these indicators for safe operation. Spring brakes serve as both emergency and parking brakes, held off by air pressure during normal driving. If air pressure drops, powerful springs automatically apply the brakes. Newer vehicles use a yellow, diamond-shaped knob to control parking brakes, while older models may use a lever. Never press the brake pedal when spring brakes are engaged, as this can cause damage. Some vehicles have modulating or dual parking control valves for added flexibility in emergency. Modern commercial vehicles are equipped with anti-lock braking systems, ABS, to prevent wheel lockup during hard braking. ABS uses sensors and a computer to modulate brake pressure, helping you maintain control, especially on slippery surfaces. ABS does not necessarily short stopping distance, but it greatly improves steering control and reduces the risk of skidding or jackknifing. Always check for the ABS malfunction lamp during your pre-trip inspection. Most heavy-duty vehicles use dual air brake systems for added safety. These systems have two separate circuits, primary and secondary, each with its own tanks and lines. One typically controls the rear brakes, the other the front. Both supply air to the trailer if present. Before driving, ensure both systems reach at least 100 psi and that warning lights and buzzers function correctly. If pressure drops in either system, stop immediately and have the brakes inspected. Regular inspection is vital for air brake safety. Start by checking the air compressor belt and condition. During your walk-around, inspect slack adjusters, brake drums, linings, and hoses for wear or damage. Automatic slack adjusters should not need manual adjustment except during maintenance. Out-of-adjustment brakes are a common cause of roadside violations, so always ensure your brakes are within legal limits and address any issues promptly. Several in-cab tests are required for the CDL skills test. These include the applied leakage test, low air warning device test, and spring brake test. Each test has specific procedures and acceptable air loss rates. For example, during the applied leakage test, air loss should not exceed 3 psi for single vehicles or 4 psi for combinations. If any test fails, repairs are needed before driving. Mastering these tests is essential for passing your CDL and ensuring safety. Stop safely, use the brakes just hard enough to slow down, then release when you're about 5 mph below your safe speed. On long or steep downgrades, rely on engine braking and use the brakes only as a supplement. For emergency stops, use controlled or stab braking to keep the vehicle straight and under control. With ABS, brake normally and let the system help you maintain steering. Always monitor your speed and brake condition. Brake fade occurs when excessive heat reduces the effectiveness of the brakes, often from overuse or poor adjustment. This can lead to longer stopping distances or even brake failure. To prevent this, avoid excessive use of service brakes, especially on long descents, and ensure all brakes are properly adjusted. Regular checks and proper technique are your best defense against brake fade and failure. Always use the parking brakes when you park, unless the brakes are very hot or wet in freezing temperatures. If the low air pressure warning activates, stop and park safely as soon as possible. Spring brakes will engage automatically if pressure drops too low, but it's safer to stop while you still have control. Never leave your vehicle unattended without applying the parking brakes or chocking the wheels. Summary: air brakes are a complex but essential system for commercial vehicles. Understanding their components, performing regular inspections, and using proper braking techniques are critical for safety and compliance. Always follow manufacturer guidelines, stay alert to warning signals, and never skip daily maintenance. Mastering air brakes not only helps you pass your CDL test, but also ensures you and others stay safe on the road.